Hello, Professor. My name is Qijun. Today I'm presenting my research proposal. To begin, this study provides a general overview of the relationship between educational innovation at the institutional level and the subsequent development of an entrepreneurial Minister of EM among educators. The current challenge we face is that when China's national agenda pursues educational institutions to innovate, there's a critical gap in research. We look slowed evidence that this top-down innovation initiatives are effective in fostering the desired means in teachers. Therefore, the senior facing of my study lies in providing data-driven guidance of education leaders, helping them make more effective strategy discussions about human capital development. The background of this study is that against new competitive leaderships, when education is treated as a knowledge-based industry, as research by Writer et al. 2001 success indicators are the most critical strategic assets in this environment. My relations phases of on the entrepreneurial minister, which is defined by Land et al. 2003 refers to entrepreneurial behaviors like proactiveness and innovativeness, winning an exciting organization. This minister is proving a source of competitive advantage. The century proposition, therefore, is that in educational innovation as a primary catalyst for developing this curriculum. Minister more its teaching staff. The problem statement is threefold. First, there is a significant content gap, as noted by socials like Geber. Research on the drivers of EM within the education start is critical. Looking second and more importantly, there is a relational gap despite massive investments in educational innovation in regions like Jiangsu. There is almost no empirical evidence to validate then, as mentioned, that these innovations article foster an entrepreneurial midst in educators. The declared consequence of this is the educational leaders and operation on institution redundant, making costly discussions without a clear evidence-based strategy. Based on the problem statement, my research is graded by three specific questions. First, what is the criteria of an terminally midst among educators in Jiangsu? Second, what is the relationship between educational innovation and this midst? And third, does teaching experience mediate this relationship correspondingly? My objectives are first, to adaptively to create an wave of EM, and second and third, to examine the relationship between the variables and the mediating effect of teaching experience. I have directly followed the required format for this question and objectives. This study of both theoretical and practical contributions theoretically is bridges a gap by applying when experienced business theories like human capital theory to the unique context of educational organizations. Practically, my findings will prevent education leaders with dirty driving ability to formulate more effective training programs and better occult resource, ultimately helping them build a more innovative and competitive institution. To ensure clarity, I have particularly defined the three contexts of my study. Educational innovation is defined not just as technologically, but as the organization's implementation of new teaching practices and traditionally minister refers to the entrepreneurial behaviors of proactiveness, innovativeness, and risk-taking. Finally, teaching experience is defined simply as the total number of years in a professional teaching role. All these definitions are decreed slowed from exemplarity. Moving to Capital 2, my dependent variable is entrepreneurial minister. Rational from a resource-based view is the real and valuable strategy assessed. The development variable is educational innovation, which I view as a strategy investment in human capital in line with human capital. Their finally teaching experiences is introduced as a middle reading reliable. I feel personally that through the lens of perceptive computer theory, a greater experience with amplify the positive effect of innovation on developing and internally middle distance. My research is articled by three counter-theories: human capital theory presents then why investment is firm's innovation as an investment in people. The resource-based view proves so what is the view is defense the resulting entrepreneurial midterm and as a real resource that constitutes an competitive edge. Finally, social cognitive theory proposed by Beju provides to how is the work it experiences the practical process will retrain an innovative environment, articulate shapes and individuals' beliefs and behaviors. Based on the theoretical foundation, I have developed the three helps one purpose the create positive relationship between innovation and intermediate, explained by social cognitive obstacles to grounded in the concept of perceptive concept posts that teaching experience will moderate this relationship making is stronger for more experienced educations. Finally, helps train places a busy difference between STEM and non-STEM educators, agreeing that the nature of STEM deploys many inclusive, stronger and intermediate. This is my theory from work which feels resistant the relationships I've just described. As you can see, we have education innovation as the development variable and intermediate at the dependent variable. As Huang pass reasons as a discrete relationship, teaching experience is shown as a modest infants the strength to H1 relationship, which is or H2. Finally, H3 is represented as a greater compression on the dependent variable. This intermediate is undemanded by human-computer theory, research-based field, and social cognitivity. For my major decision in chapter 3, I will implement in quantitativity cross-social relation design using descriptive correlational approach. The Qijun approach is the full-time educators in Jiangsu province, giving the larger and depressed population. I will use the medium structure semantic. My strategic diplomacy is 300 educators, which is the best number that establishes the requirements of base power and emulations for Qijun's power and the greenness for Qijun and module. Data with contour vector strategy questionly using commentary visualization to interrelationship educational innovation will be in memory using and decline and this organization computer measure and intermediate will be in mediation with IEO such bind between and then my data mission plan is declared like to my aptitude. I will use declares in the phone same ledgers for H1 to the process Marco access to the in H2 and replacing the H2 H3. In conclusion, this research address and create an advanced gap conclusions the relation of education innovation on the field and implementation middle and most teachers through the best quantities and multicultural. This study will explore the in relationship and the middle string effect of experience as ultimate goal is to knowledge that computes to both emotional theory and the practical management of education. No instructions helping them traveling in exam and award. Thank you all your time and attention during this presentation. Thank you, Professor.